taken by Dr. Junaid Ahmed. So Wasim, do you have a microphone with you? You have. Junaid, you will take questions from here. Yeah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, the Yang Yongdong, Madam 𝗟𝗔𝗨𝗡𝗔𝗗𝗏, Excellency, Mr. Ambassador Hassan Javed, Mia Shaukat Hussain Sahab, and Dr. Athar. I'm very grateful to you for taking out time and for going through the book and for also reviewing it. I want to say a few things which these honorable speakers have not shed light on. And I'm telling you these things intentionally so you get a better idea of when I am saying and writing China leads, what do I really mean? I have done a comparison of China with similar size 5 other countries, Russia being the world's biggest country by land, Canada being number 2 in land mass, China of course is number 3 in land mass, 4th is United States, 5th is Brazil, and 6th is India. Javed Sahab, India had to be covered because it is the 6th largest country, and in population it is the 2nd largest country, if not the largest. And I have compared them in their productive sectors and in their social sectors as well as in their governance. Now let me talk a little for what do I mean by this. Some idea about the size of the country in terms of its infrastructure. The highways in China, the expressways in China, are 169,000 kilometers, which is more than the total length of highways in United States, Canada, Russia and India. Let's start, let's keep absorbing these. Number 2, the inland waterway system, where they are connecting rivers with each other through canals, is 280,000 kilometers. It is more than the inland waterways of the whole world put together. In 2022, the book contains data up to 2022. I wrote it in the end of 23. The 23 data had not become available. In 2022, it had the inland waterway system had handled 1.8 billion tons of cargo and about 2 billion passengers. That's the size and utilization. Just having waterways is nothing. It is how do you utilize them. Number 3, the railway network in China is also the world's 2nd largest, the largest being sir in India in terms of the mileage. But when I go to the next stage, you will understand. Bullet trains in China cover 42,000 kilometers. The bullet train of Japan plus Germany plus France plus UK plus Canada plus Russia put together is less than 11,000. And the bullet trains in China in 2022 carried 2 billion passengers and over 3 billion tons of cargo. And you're talking about bullet trains carrying cargo. So what do these titsy-pitsy other countries talk about? China today has over 400 international airports. No country in the world has that many international airports. It has the coastline of only 11,400 kilometers. But it has, now listen to this figure, 1,300 seaports. I mean, these are just mind-boggling figures. Now let me move away from the infrastructure to talk about the productive sector. China produced in 2022 1,100 million tons of steel. 1,100 million tons of steel. India was number 2 at 100 million. Japan at about 90 million. South Korea at about 80 million. United States at about 70 million. The whole world put together was only 550 million tons. In 2022, China produced 23 million automobiles. The Americans, who have an auto industry for the last 120 years, produced only 17 million. Say 70% of the world's white goods, air conditioners, refrigerators, deep freezers, kitchen appliances, home appliances, 70% of that in the whole world are produced by China. आप सुनते जाएं, 65 to 70% of the world's cell telephones are produced by China. China has landlines. It's very important because I worked for Bell Canada. China has active 1.4 billion landlines which function. I'm not talking about cell phones, and I'm talking about landlines. The landlines again of all of Europe, North America, Russia, put together is less than this. So in almost everything, China has gone so far ahead. In the case of the size of the economy, the World Bank, which is American, IMF, which is American, Asian Development Bank, which is American, they talk about the Chinese economy being number 2 because they measure it in the American dollar. And I'm sure all of you know that what is American dollar, which is paper currency which is being printed without any backup. On a purchasing power parity basis, China is far ahead. Purchasing power parity basis, what $1 can buy in America versus what $1 can buy in China. China's economy is almost 15% bigger than America. So this is what we are. I would like to now open the house for questions and comments, and I hope to be able to respond to them.